Hey traders, TG Watkins here. Today I'm going to be talking about zero-day options and how they help me with market direction. This is also going to answer a few questions that I've been getting from some of the other YouTube videos that I've been making about zero-day options. So stick tuned and let's find out. Okay, so here's kind of what today is going to be talking about. We're going to be looking at zero DT options and how they help you determine the market direction and time the move. I actually find this is part of what I teach, that timing the market using options and actually how we look at the charts for the zero DT options is important. I think this is one of the differences that I do compared to other traders out there is that I look at the actual options chart for zero DT more than just the trade grid or anything else like that. And I think it gives me a leg up. The other thing that we're looking at is the pros and cons of selecting different strikes. This is a common question I get a lot out there of which strikes do we take. And then the balancing of that cost versus gains. I have a good example of that today. I actually I didn't put on a day trade today, but there was a good move today that I was able to capture for this example. And then context before day trade. This is something I always talk about in any of the trades that I make. You always have to understand the context of the overall market out there. All right, so let's look at today. This is literally, I just pulled this up a couple hours ago, and there was a good move to the downside in the market, actually a little bit up, and then it rolled over. And what I want to show you is how these zero DTEs help you figure out the direction of the market and when the market is going to go. So right off the bat, I just want to orient you. This is the 6650 call. It's basically what I'm doing is kind of looking at this strike, so 6650 right down here. And I'm also doing the 6650 put. Now, I chose this, and I'll get into this a little bit more. I chose this because the dollar amount right here was within the range that I usually look at. It's about $3 on average, up to about $5, and that gives you a good idea of which option strike to pick. And so when we can see right here, this big down move is this corresponding up move for the put. And you can see that from the entry down here to, well, I don't know, I think it was about here, about 500%. Not too shabby, right? That's the kind of stuff that we're looking at. Nice, big, fast day trades. And you can see how the option was totally getting ready. The put was getting ready. In fact, if you looked at this chart and you told me that that was an option, I wouldn't know. You could say that's a stock, and you would also ask me what time frame. Doesn't matter. Could be the 2-minute, could be the daily, could be the hourly. This is the kind of stuff that I use to trade, regardless of time frame and regardless of if it's an option or a stock or anything. These are the kind of setups that I look for. And when I discovered that I could find these on options, especially these zero DT options, I was hooked. And then I knew that that was going to be a big deal and actually help me figure out how the market was going to move for that particular day and catch moves like this. And so really what I'm looking for is price to come into moving averages like this and set it up and get going. So from there, you can see as the SPX started to, I call it bear flag. We had that big rollover, came into some support, and you can see it was just bear flagging right in here. And you're asking yourself, like, oh, is this going to keep going? Is there going to be more? Like, what's going on? Well, you can see that this was gently starting to roll over. You can see the Moxie indicator was staying below zero, and you could see the price really just could not get past the moving average on this time frame. But look how clear the setup was on the put option. That is really the thing that's telling you that yes, there was going to be a bigger move here on the SPX in that time. As far as the call, well, you could just see that the call was bear flagging and continue going lower. So if you're going to be doing something like this and actually selling a call credit spread or anything else, then that's what you're going to be looking at for that direction, and you can see it coming down. So yeah, let's now look into a little bit further of something else. Okay, so another question that I get all the time is what strike to pick. And I know a lot of people can talk about either deltas or anything else looking at that way, and they have to ask questions. And I say, hey, I think the simplest way to do it is actually by price. I've kind of found some things that I really like, and I can figure out by price if this is going to be like kind of a stretching trade or if actually this is going to be a fine situation. And so what I like to do is, here are two examples. Here's a 6630 and a 6680. And what we can see here is the 6680 is more in the money, closer to the price of the SPX at the time, because you can see it's more expensive, about $15. The 6630 is more out of the money because around here it's just under $5. And the kind of cost versus benefit of this is that if it's the cheaper the option is, the less likely it's going to work and you need a bigger move in the SPX in order for it to work. And I have found that anywhere between $3 to $5 actually works pretty well. It's a nice happy medium that if you're going to get a move, that can be a good range of it's going to work, and also it will appreciate a large amount. And so you can see this one was just under $5, I think probably around 3-ish from when it actually started. And from the top, you can see it actually got 800%. Whereas the same move with a more in the money or at the money put here, about $15, right here, you can see that the peak was 670. Now, yeah, nothing to be too sad about from 670 to 800, but this is just the exercise of trying to show you. You could also argue that you have more risk, more money on here because it's now $15 as opposed to $3 or $4, but you can just compensate by adding more cash or capital to it. So I don't really care too much about that. It's more about how much money am I actually putting on this. All right, and then if we kind of move a little bit further, and this is where I always say that context is extremely important. I don't day trade without knowing what the other time frame charts are doing. And so in order to do that, I always say you have to know context. And so what we can see in through here is the SPX was running into a range up here, even from last week or so. And this move that we got today basically started from up here. You can see that price jumped way up, ran into a downtrending moving average. You can even see price ran right into the bottom of this previous price area. That's going to be natural resistance as it comes up here. And so this is why I would be set up to either trade short or just be careful on the long side. Probably wouldn't be looking long. In fact, we had a put credit spread from right here, and I exited right here because of these situations. So I can also use these things as a context, as a way to know when to get out of trades. But that's why that short trade worked pretty well right here for the downside. And so context is extremely important. Knowing that is how you start setting up these trades. And knowing the context is also how I was able to take advantage of this really big trade that we got Friday. I know this video might be timeless, but this was it was last week, Friday. You guys probably remember it. And a huge move down. We were able to capitalize on that because I saw a lot of things telling us that something was going to be happening. If you look here, this is from the 6th, and you can see right here is the 6th. And you can see here, this is where I was talking about the SPX bounce. Okay, kind of might be double topping right there. A little bit too early to confirm that, but I was also talking about how the UVX looks ready to go, so the VIX was looking ready to go, and this could give a really big clue, which it did. And we were talking about I would be careful if you have any short-dated calls that won't be able to survive a pullback. Case in point, there's the pullback. So yes, context is important, and that's also how we were able to set up on something like this in this case. All right, and again, a little bit more about context. As I said, I don't day trade inside of a vacuum. Understanding what the overall market is doing is also very important to me, and that's why knowing that the market was starting to get up into this frothy area and that it was looking for a move down, this is what I call inverse trampoline moves. It's when the Moxie indicator is below 0, but price is above the 50 SMA. And every arrow here is a situation where that happened. And you can see everyone lined up in a pullback. Let's see, right there if I'm looking at it. And you can see here, we got the same thing. And even here, we got our Moxie price trigger to the downside. And so this is where, if you are aware of the context and know that the market is maybe topping out or getting a little bit risky to the upside, maybe you can be a little bit prepped for downside day trades. That way you're not trying to actually day trade to the upside. And I think that would be important to know. All right, and so if you guys found that interesting, remember to come over to simplertrading.com/MIM. That's the Moxie Indicator Mastery, or simplertrading.com/Moxie. And this is where you guys can find more information about me, how we trade. I do a combination of day trading and swing trading in the room, being able to take advantage of most market moves whenever I see an edge, and also to make sure we stay safe whenever I don't see an edge. And that's the kind of stuff that I'm looking for as we're trying to navigate this market. It's fun and exciting, but it always can be a little bit challenging out there, and I want to make sure you guys have some guidance. So remember, simplertrading.com, and we'll see you guys at the next one. Take care.